up? What are you nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's book nerdigan discussion video is going to be on an e-novella, or e-novella. Well, yeah, because I have the e-version. But yes, it is a novella, and it is Radiant by Cynthia Hand. And if you have not read Unearthly or Hollowed by Cynthia Hand, please go read the books. Please go watch the book nerdigan discussion videos and then come back here so we can talk about Radiant, because Radiant, this was my first time reading Radiant. The other one, a lot of the books in this hashtag AngelReadAthon have been rereads for me, but this is the first time I've read Radiant. So, and this novella takes place between Hallowed and Boundless. So, and I realized after I read this book, or read this novella, I should say, I read this novella that a lot more things made sense in Boundless. So here is the beautiful cover, and the cover, I don't know if you nerdigans feel this way or not, but it kind of reminds me of the Beautiful Dark by Jocelyn Davies covers. That's what it totally reminds me of, because of the color scheme, the way the feather's placed. Yeah, it looks like a Beautiful Dark novel. But anyway, again, Cynthia, I'm really sorry it took so long to get this done, but I am doing this. So here we go. Let's get to it, and thank you, Minnie Popo, for showing off the awesome cover. So, as I mentioned before, this takes place right at the end of, what is the thing I'm thinking of? At the end of Hallowed, literally right after, because what Clara says at the end, that she is going on vacation with Angela to Italy. So the first chapter, and I like that we get changes of points and views. So we see Angela, we get an Angela chapter in here. A good chunk of this is from Angela's point of view, which I love. And I still want a Jeffrey book. I swear to Kami and Arceus, you need to have Jeffrey chapters. You need to have a Jeffrey book. Seriously, Cynthia, make this happen. Yeah, so as I mentioned, the first chapter is from Angela's point of view of her vacation, so thus far in Italy with Clara, and they're visiting Angela's family. And I love that when we get to Clara's point of view, that it's when they run into which is Angela's Angel's boyfriend, and it was awkward because she saw them kissing. It was like, oh my god, that is just awkward. So this is what I like what Angela's mom says on the handsome ones. She says, "Pretty face, rotten soul. Watch out for those. Those boys no good for you. Those boys will get you in plenty of trouble." Oh, and also something that was hilarious is that, as with a lot of, I think this happens in a lot of this Angel series, that she could speak Italian. Yeah, so it's just hilarious because Clara could speak Italian, because that's how, I guess that, I don't know if that's just a tri-player thing or Domitius can do it too, but it sounds like it's mainly a tri-player thing from what we've seen thus far. And then Angela sneaks out to see her mans, and he was so freaking happy to see her. And, you know, it sounds like more of a fuck buddy to me, because he says he can't be anything more than this. So yeah, this is a fuck buddy situation gone wrong here for Angela, because she fell in love with him, kind of like No Strings Attached or Friends with Benefits. If you've seen those movies, you know what I'm talking about. And Angela mentions how talks about her kiss with Christian and how it happened. And it still, you know, he still feels like a brother, and yeah, I wish Clara would give him a chance. Like, and same with Angela, she is rooting for Christian. She wants Christian and Clara to be together as much as I do. So, at least Angela and I know all that shit. So then, and then Angela spent the night with her mans, aka Ben, and that's how we find out some important things that happened in Boundless. How that happened. And apparently, and then Angela brings Clara over to meet Ben, or his name is Penemu, I think that's funny. I love his name that it's Pettiview. But anyway, and then apparently Angela told Fen everything, and yeah, as I mentioned, Fen is an Intelgier, and Angela met Fen in a church in San Bernardino alla Osa. There we go, San Bernardino alla Osa. And she went there because she heard that there was a room decorated with human bones, which she found horrible and fascinating. And the room was in the side pocket of the church. And apparently Fen was at the church to talk to God, and Angela revealed herself to him by speaking in angelic. And Fen took her to a different dimension to talk. And this is what Fen's job is. He says, I'm what you call a muse. I inspire people. I can give you an image, a line of music, a word, anything I want. But most of the time I don't have to. I simply provide a brief moment of clarity. You fill in the rest. It's a small gift compared to what others can do. It was my duty once upon a time to teach humans how to write, and some argue that was a bad thing, giving them the written word, and leads to all kinds of trouble, but that was my job. I love that we have a muse Intelgier, because we've never really seen one before in the hashtag AngelReadAthon. So I love that Fen is a muse Intelgier. And Fen was actually a watcher too, which makes this even more fascinating. I didn't even know a watcher. This was not mentioned in the End of Days, but but we're getting a little bit more info here. So this is what Fen said. He said about being a watcher. He said originally it wasn't a bad thing to be a watcher. All the term means is that we were sent to watch over the humans, teach them. Some of us did more than watch, obviously. Some of us fell in love with them. I'm ambivalent. I refuse to fight on either side. See, Maggie, you were wrong. The Watchers did not, and Angela, you were wrong too. And Bible, fuck you, you're wrong. Torah, I have to double check and see if you're in there too, but you probably are. But here's the thing. This proves right here what, or not proves, I should say confirms what we learned in The End of Days, or Permanent in the End of Days series by Susan E., is that the Watchers were not bad angels to begin with. They didn't technically fall. They were forced to fall when they started having sex with human women. So I thought that was a little bit fascinating. I like that Fen is one of those Intelgiers that chooses to be on either side. And I'm curious what to know. I want to know what color Fen's wings are. I don't think they showed it in here. Oh, yes, it is. And now I get to tell you. Fen says the color of wings. He says black is the absence of light. White is the gathering of it. And that's how the colors of the wings work. So basically, if you're fallen in, as Maggie said in, I think it was Hallowed. It was either Hallowed or Unearthly. Well, basically earlier, before she died, that basically when a fallen angel will give up God, and God is considered light, and from what Fen is saying is God is considered light, and heaven and the powers that be that that Intelgiers connect with is considered light. But now but black is the absence of light. So basically, since they're not connected to heaven, that's why, and they refuse to be part of heaven or the light, that's why their wings are black. And I think that's really interesting. And we get a flashback too. So Fen showed his paintings to Angela and produced an old violin for Angela to play. And I feel so bad for Angela because I have the feeling that Fen is one of those players. He is a total player. But I would love it. I don't know. I bet Cynthia and any other author in that reads this book or watches this book nerding discussion, or musician especially, don't lie. Tell me you want to get some inspiration from Fen. He could give you inspiration. I would love to have that. Fen, I really need a Fen in my life. It sucks that he just isn't falling in love. He just wants sex. That's what Fen wants. Let's see. And at the Sistine Chapel, so Fen, Angela, and Clara go to the Sistine Chapel, and we find out that Clara hasn't seen Michael or Jeffrey since the week of Maggie's funeral, which is really sad. I mean, but I understand Michael. I understand why. Like I know when you're reading this, you're probably thinking, please, Michael, just go fucking find Jeffrey, get him back, all that shit. But we'll see what happens in Boundless. Let's see. And Fen on So Fen discusses about Michael. Mentions something about Michael and his bro. Yeah, he has a bromance, or as he says, bosom buddy. So Michael is he says he's called the Smiter after all. And then Fen on Uriel in the green. Yeah, Uriel is in the Green Tapestry. If you have read Pemron and the End of Days, you have an idea of what Uriel is like. Uriel was an asshole in that book, in that series. So he says, because Uriel is Michael's bosom buddy, and that's why he's in the tapestry with Michael. They weren't fighting, they're bros, man. The bros. Let's see. And then Fen and Clara are alone, and this is what he says to her. He says, we're not all alike, angels. I never fit with the others, never. The joyous ones with their optimism, their duties, their never wavering faith in what he, capital H, wanted. And the watchers who loved the humans so much, it killed them to watch them die like pretty butterflies. The sad ones who hated humans for their free will and hated him giving it to them. I don't love or hate humans. I respect them. They shape themselves in a way that we angels do not. They tell lies and sleep around and curse, and they try to define themselves so valiantly. And who am I? They keep asking. Why am I here? And then Fen on Angela. This is what Fen says about Angela. And it's like, oh, I think Angela is beautifully human, even if she is more than that. And so are you, yes? And he says this as well. It says, and this kind of, I wonder, I don't know what you nerdigans think, but I wonder if this is another reason why the Exiles from the Embrace series, because remember, the Exiles are fallen angels, but they were insane in their human form. So I wonder, this might explain a bit why they could be insane, as well as the reasons that were given in the Embrace series. So let's see. It says here, it takes a great deal of energy being human, even if it's only on the outside. And then Clara goes into what inner Fen looks like, and I love the writing. And let's see, where is it? And for a moment, he lets me see the layer of him that's under the surface, his spirit, a blurring like someone is smudging charcoal around him. His soul is gray, cold, almost colorless. I feel how weary he is with himself, how resigned that this existence is all that there will be for him, day after day, until the end of the world. And if he doesn't know what will happen, or if anything will truly change. And that's really sad. I feel so bad for Fen. I really do. He's like one of those tortured artists. And then Fen says here as well, he says, humans fear death so much, but there is no death. There's only the illusion of it. We can never cease to be. We must stay like this forever. And then Fen, I was thanking Kami and Arceus that Fen called Clara out on her hypocrisy. Because remember, a tri player is a more angel than human, but you still have free will. And Clara wants to be with Tucker, who is a human. And yeah, that's kind of hypocritical. So props for Fen on that. And then Fen says to Angela, and I feel so bad for Angela, but you gotta admire Fen for being honest here. He says to her, but I can't love you, and you deserve love. Clara is right about that. I was like, wow, Clara. Christian loves you. You need to take your own advice and just get with Christian, man. I swear to Kami and Arceus, it just needs to happen. Let's see. And then Angela got busted by by Nana, and Clara had to fucking snitch, which I understand why she did, because she is worried about her friend, so yada yada yada. And that means they have to go to Florence for the rest of the summer. And Angela confirms that she and Fen are just friends, and this is what she says. Don't ruin this for me, C. Leave us alone. It will work itself out. And Clara doesn't tell Angela what happened on the top of St. Peter's. And this is a good way to end this novella and go into Boundless, is literally right after, because the last sentence of this novella is, "It's a decision that I will always regret." And I'm curious what you nerdigans think about that. What if Claire told Angela what was said up there, and about not only just what was said up there, but about what his inner soul looks like, or not soul, his inner spirit looks like? Because I wonder if Angela would have just backed the fuck off from Fen and just forgot about him. So I'm curious what you nerdigans think about that. But anyway, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and donate to my Patreon so I can keep making more videos and providing more nerdigan entertainment for you. And I will see you guys in the next book nerdigan discussion, which is going to be Boundless by Cynthia Hand. Until next time, nerdigans, bye!